The Fairey Firefly was one of the most successful and versatile British naval aircraft of the Second World War in the early Cold War period, earning a strong reputation for reliability, adaptability and long service life. Designed by the Fairey Aviation Company for the Royal Navy's Fleet Air Arm, the Firefly was conceived as a carrier-based fighter and reconnaissance aircraft capable of operating over long distances and performing multiple roles. This note provides a full narrative review of its design, specifications and features, making it well suited for detailed YouTube video content focused on naval aviation history. Development of the Fairey Firefly began in the late 1930s, at a time when naval aviation requirements were rapidly evolving. The Royal Navy needed an aircraft that could defend the fleet, conduct reconnaissance missions and strike enemy targets far from the carrier. Fairey responded with a design that emphasized endurance, stability and operational flexibility rather than pure speed or agility. The Firefly first flew in 1941 and entered service in 1943, just as Allied naval operations were expanding across multiple theaters. One of the most distinctive features of the Firefly was its two-seat configuration. Unlike many single-seat fighters of the era, the Firefly carried a pilot and an observer seated in tandem. The observer was responsible for navigation, radio communication, reconnaissance duties and later radar operation. This arrangement greatly improved situational awareness during long overwater missions and made the aircraft especially effective in reconnaissance and strike coordination roles. The spacious cockpit and clear canopy provided good visibility, which was essential for carrier operations and low-level flying. The Firefly was powered by the Rolls-Royce Griffon engine, one of the most powerful piston engines produced by Britain during the war. This engine gave the aircraft strong performance, excellent reliability and the ability to carry heavy payloads without sacrificing too much speed. With a top speed of around 315 miles per hour, the Firefly was not the fastest fighter of its time, but it was fast enough to defend itself and intercept enemy aircraft when required. More importantly, its range and endurance made it extremely valuable for fleet protection and long-range patrols. Aerodynamically, the Firefly featured a straight-wing design optimized for stability and low-speed handling. This was particularly important for carrier landings, where predictable flight characteristics were essential for safety. The wings were equipped with folding mechanisms, allowing the aircraft to be stored efficiently on crowded carrier decks. The robust landing gear and reinforced structure enabled the Firefly to withstand the stresses of repeated carrier takeoffs and landings, even in rough sea conditions. In terms of armament, the Fairey Firefly was well equipped for both air-to-air and air-to-surface combat. It carried four 20mm Hispano cannons mounted in the wings, delivering powerful and accurate firepower. This made it effective against enemy aircraft, ground targets and small vessels. The Firefly could also carry bombs, rockets and depth charges under its wings, allowing it to perform strike missions, anti-shipping attacks and anti-submarine warfare. This flexibility made it one of the most versatile aircraft in the Fleet Air Arm inventory. Operationally, the Firefly proved its value in several key campaigns during the later years of World War II. It saw action in the Atlantic, Mediterranean and Pacific theaters, performing reconnaissance, strike and fleet defense missions. One of its most notable achievements was its participation in attacks against the German battleship Tirpitz, where Fireflies provided reconnaissance and strike support in challenging Arctic conditions. The aircraft's ability to operate over long distances and in harsh environments earned it the respect of both pilots and naval commanders. After the war, the Firefly continued to serve as a frontline aircraft during the early Cold War period. It played a significant role in conflicts such as the Korean War, where it was used extensively for ground attack, close air support and reconnaissance missions. Flying from aircraft carriers, Fireflies delivered rockets and bombs against enemy positions with accuracy and reliability. Despite facing more modern jet aircraft, the Firefly remained effective due to its rugged construction, stable gun platform and ability to loiter over the battlefield for extended periods. Several variants of the Firefly were developed throughout its service life, each tailored to specific roles. Fighter reconnaissance versions focused on visual and photographic intelligence gathering, while later marks introduced radar-equipped night fighter capabilities. Anti-submarine variants were fitted with detection equipment and specialized weapons, reflecting the growing importance of undersea warfare during the Cold War. This continuous evolution allowed the Firefly to remain relevant long after many wartime aircraft had been retired. Pilots generally regarded the Fairey Firefly as a dependable and forgiving aircraft. While it was not as agile as some single-seat fighters, it offered excellent stability, smooth handling and strong low-altitude performance. These qualities made it well-suited for carrier operations and strike missions, where precision and control were more important than dogfighting agility. Maintenance crews also appreciated the aircraft's robust design and relatively straightforward systems, which contributed to high availability rates during operations. The Firefly was exported to several countries and served with distinction in foreign naval air arms. Nations valued it for its versatility, endurance and ability to operate from aircraft carriers or shore bases. Its long service life and broad operational use highlight the soundness of its original design and the effectiveness of its upgrades over time. The legacy of the Fairey Firefly lies in its role as a true multi-role naval aircraft. It successfully combined fighter capability, reconnaissance effectiveness and strike power into a single platform at a time when naval aviation was becoming increasingly complex. The Firefly helped shape post-war naval air doctrine by demonstrating the value of multi-crew coordination and adaptable mission profiles. Today, surviving examples preserved in museums stand as reminders of an aircraft that quietly but effectively served across two major eras of military aviation. This note provides a complete overview of the Fairey Firefly, covering its development, specifications, features and operational impact. For viewers interested in naval aviation, World War II aircraft or the transition into Cold War military technology, the Firefly represents a reliable, versatile and historically significant aircraft that played a vital role in the evolution of carrier-based air power.